What is up, everybody? Mr. Curtis here. Welcome to Unit 3, Part 2. This is part of the unit on Industrial Revolution, although it doesn't necessarily connect very well with the Industrial Revolution. It's a piece that's going on at the same time. And if you've never heard this term nationalism before, nationalism generally refers to kind of this idea of pride in your country. The idea that you are loyal and have extreme pride for it. This can be a good thing, and nationalism can be good in that you support our leaders, you support our military troops. On Independence Day, you're waving the flag, and you have this heartfelt pride towards your country. Sometimes it can go to the extreme, and we'll talk about countries later on in this course where this idea of nationalism gets ultra nationalistic, where your country is so great and superior that all other countries are inferior to yours, and you can easily prove that by beating them militarily, economically, and it kind of, instead of bringing cooperation, nationalism can pull countries apart and cause competition and rivalry amongst each other. So that's kind of one idea of nationalism. The other idea is this idea to create a country based on a common bond. So the idea is what bonds these countries together. You could want your nationalism can be wanting or getting a country of your own, or it could mean bringing a group of people together. So a couple bonds that bring people together. And if you think of the United States in these terms, one is culture, kind of a food, dress, behavior, and ideas. And for me, culture in the United States, I think one thing that unites people in this country is music. We don't all necessarily agree of the same type of genre of music. I might listen to hip hop, you might like country, and I hate country, but still we listen to music, and music is an important part of our culture. I would say pizza. Eating pizza in terms of food, we have certain food items that are unique to our culture and are seen as it. We also have a common history. Language could be one language, as people are pushing in the United States today. It could be multiple languages that are seen as kind of part of the fabric of our nation. What our territory is, what areas we've conquered, the nationality and of religion. Is one religion controlled, or is one religion prominent in a country? So these are the kind of things that bring people together. In the United States, we're such a melting pot that this is hard to really define. And sometimes when people say, for example, we should have one religion that is shared by all people, and if you're not this religion, get out of our country, that doesn't really play well in our country because we are so diverse. However, when we talk about other countries, especially in the 1800s and 1900s, this isn't necessarily the case. And a lot of people are so similar religiously and ethnically, and linguistically or language-wise, that other people who are different are seen as outsiders and are often told to kind of get away. So through two places I want to talk about that unify, where we see nationalism bring people together, is one is in Germany. This man is named Otto von Bismarck. You notice he has a pointy little helmet up here, which was used as decoration, but oftentimes you could take your helmet off and stab someone in the eye, I guess, if you wanted to. But this is Bismarck, great mustache, by the way. His goal in Germany is to unite all German-speaking people into one country. And the idea was, what makes a German a German? And what makes a German is generally that they speak German. The name of the country in German is Deutschland, and Deutsch means German, so it's the German land for all German people. And he wanted to unite these people into one country. And his motto was blood and iron, meaning if you don't come with us, we will take you down by the sword. And my very proud of this image right here. If you see this is Germany, the outline around here and coming up this way. This is Germany before they unified. Each little area that you see here is a different city-state. It's its own unique government. Now, mostly, almost all the people who live in this area speak German, and Bismarck wants to unite them, but they're all their own little country ruled by a different prince. And what Bismarck does is, check this out. This is what Germany, the German city-states, this is how they become united. So over the course of 20 or 30 years, Bismarck's able to unite all these people. Now, there's obviously war involved because some people don't want to be united. Some city-states want to keep their power, but he brings them together. Another area that unites is Italy. So two things. Germany and Italy, nationalism is going to unite people. And what makes an Italian Italian? Generally that they speak Italian. And the goal here is to unite. And we got two people who are part of this. One is Garibaldi, another is a guy named Cavour. These are two nationalist leaders who are trying to bring the Italian people together. Unlike German unification, it's a little more peaceful in Italy. And this is Italy right here. This is the boot. Each of the little areas, again, that you see are different city-states ruled by a different prince. And under Garibaldi and Cavour's ideas, they're united. So if you see Italy here, this is in the early 1800s, this is by 1900, and it's united under one government, one structure. Nationalism does not always bring people together. During this time of these nationalist ideas, there are some countries, for example, like Austria-Hungary, which is located right here. This is Italy, by the way. This is Austria-Hungary, and I'll come back to this map so you can see it. This is Austria-Hungary up here, and this is what was Austria-Hungary. Austria-Hungary is one of these areas that's ruled primarily by Austrians and Hungarians. But there are people who live in this empire who are not Austrian and are not Hungarian. And a lot of these people, for example, down here, there's a group of people called Serbians. And the Serbians aren't Austrian and aren't Hungarian, and they don't speak the same language, and they don't have the same religion and same culture and same food and all that stuff. And they say, as these countries are unifying, we don't want to be part of your country anymore. We want to be our own independent country. And what happens with Austria-Hungary is, as these places in their empire start splitting away, Austria-Hungary loses land. So in Italy and Germany, nationalism brought people together. In Austria-Hungary, this empire, it brings people apart and it makes the empire lose land. Another area that loses land is the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire is located right here. This is Italy again. To put this into perspective, this is the Mediterranean Sea. This is the capital city of Istanbul, aka Constantinople, in the Ottoman Empire. And there are going to be groups of people in this region right here called the Balkans, which we'll eventually get back to with World War I, who are going to start breaking away from the Ottoman Empire. All this is happening in the same time between the 1880s and the early 1900s, where these groups of people say, we're not like you, Ottoman Empire. We're Greek. We're different than you. Our culture is different. Our history is different. Our language is different. We don't want to be part of this Ottoman Empire controlled by Muslim Turks anymore. We want to be our own group. So this concept of nationalism can bring people together. It can pull people apart. And we're going to see this idea of nationalism continue to rise as we get into the 20th century and the 1900s. So that's what I got. Hope you all learned something. If you got any questions, as always, write it down and let me know. Enjoy your day.